Righty, righty. Oh. Looks like everyone's in, so I think we'll start with. Well, I think someone else can sum up the game better than me. I think.
Okay, meanwhile, back at the OK Corral.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ah, yes, I remember. I wanted to punch her in the face.
So, as I was about to say, you've got the bad guy all tied up, ready to interrogate them. I'm fighting the last zombie in a different room, and the bad guy runs past me, and I go, "What? Who are you fighting?" Because the bad guy's here. And at which point, the person you're fighting, you realise it's an illusion, and it promptly disappears, much to much giggling and laughter. You know, and I'm saying, well, it can't be, it can't be that bad. And then all the zombies in the house getting up. There's more zombies coming.
And since I'm the only person here that can't actually cast spells, and I've already used up half of my dust of appearance, now that she's bloody invisible again, will you lot please use detect magic to find out where she is?
Yeah, I mean, she can create an illusion. She didn't say that it's perfectly reasonable she created an invisible illusion, and you wanted it to appear when you put the dust of appearance.
What?
Well, in that case, she went illusory invisible again. Find the bitch and I'll stab her.
Yeah. Yeah, when he threw the dust of appearance in the room, it was an illusion. He wanted it to happen. It never did, but he just pretended in his own head.
I don't think Gastus is going to be in a very good temper with you if you keep saying things like that.
Well, hang on. Well, I would explain it further, but I'm up to my ass in zombie.
Okay, so yes, just as you finally captured someone last week.
Can you detect any undead?
Yeah. I think we're about half down. I don't know. I can't remember. I've kind of lost count.
I'm going to kill you.
Oh, no,
Will
you're
you
not.
shut up?
So for the record, until someone played cards that basically breaks everything, blame the players, not the characters. So yeah, there were Thaddeus counted 21 zombies in the house, but actually what happened in the end was you ended up fighting 22, which is interesting.
Because she created one since.
Yes, and now because someone played the reinforcements, I'm going to say she obviously had some sort of mass zombification spell, because basically all around the house, some of the corpses that were just dead are getting back up.
Hooray.
And with that, we can start combat round 8. With all your bennies and adventure cards left over from last time. Oh dear, the zombie attacking Thaddeus is going first.
But we can all exchange bennies for this encounter.
That's correct. All got common bond for all intents and purposes.
So tonight's episode's called 28 Runs Later.
Yeah. Oh, have you heard? Apparently they are actually making 28 years later now.
Wow.
Not 28 months later as was originally planned, 28 years later. Okie dokie, Thaddeus, over to you. You have been scratched by a zombie with blood veil.
Great, they've got blood veil.
Yes.
Well, they died of blood veil, didn't they? So whether or not they've really got blood veil, well, they died of blood veil. That doesn't mean they necessarily can pass it on. Who knows? Okay, you dodge the blow at the last second. That brings us to Leia.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to kill you.
Oh, you're all mouth. Shut it.
Sorry, it's just because it seems to push you back. I can't. It just uses to be too much. Sorry.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that it doesn't remember that I've stopped there. Just cancel that and I'll start that again.
Okay. Okay, when you get to there, I'm going to interrupt you. And make an athletics roll. Maybe I won't.
Accept my movement at least.
Okay. 4 inches to get to there. I will spend a Benny in an attempt to interrupt you. There we go. Going to interrupt you as you get to the bottom of the stairs. Shoot you. Which you dodge. Nicely done.
I am a cat.
Indeed.
Is it at extreme range? As much as I hate to say it, I do have to point out, is she at extreme range?
Oh, no, she wouldn't be at extreme range. Thank you very much. I will have to...
Sorry, Leia.
I don't mind. I know
Let me
you'd
j-
point it out in the reverse if it were true.
So 1, 2, 3, -2. That takes it to 6. So I'm afraid you were actually hit.
Well, see if you damage me, and if you do, Benny and soak. See, it
Well, you-
mattered not. It just got
It,
caught in the clothing.
it got caught in the clothing. It matters not. And
Wearing silk is a good thing for me.
the arrow came from the floor above. You're 4 inches of movement to get to the way.
She's upstairs again. Although now she's heard me say that.
Die, you dummies! Die, die, die!
Oops, I just freaked out my dog. Majenko is going to attack the zombie next to him. Or her. I can't remember what gender Majenko is.
Majenko was male.
Yay, I got it right first time. It's a miracle.
Of course, nobody asked him. He might have another choice, so you might want to check.
Okay, as soon as I actually know how to understand him, I'll do that.
He's draconic.
I
He
might
wants you to
already
call
have.
him Susan and wants you to respect his life choices.
He's not a horse.
Put back on all the effects she cast before the fight starts. So they went and basically, escaped last week.
It's all gone ever so quiet.
Okay, now I'm not.
Sorry.
Didn't play on this map last week. Which floor are Gastus, Fork, and I on?
Ground floor. Or, in your terms, first floor.
Okay, so Majenko's just through this little hallway door here.
Indeed. Just to check, being attacked by someone else though doesn't stop your go. There were zombies in front of you.
And if you look in the combat tracker, I've shaken them.
Oh, I apologise. I thought you said you were doing that as Majenko, not as yourself.
I did
My
it for
confusion.
both.
I apologise. Shutting up. Ignore me.
And I
Pass over to you.
Wake up,
And I-
GM, come on!
I've got Rudy panicking because their friend Majenko seems to be in trouble. So I'm going to go over to this door. You'll have to move me so I can see what I can see from here. And I can see through the door, and I can see everything in there.
See what you can see through the door, yes. Let it rain
Okay.
bennies, let it rain bennies. Okay, Mike.
Okay,
Grazie, well.
let me check something here. I'm going to do the obvious, and my favorite is that.
Give them lots of bennies. When the fight ends, I get to reset.
Praise
Because this is
Colleen, it's
mid-fight.
raising bennies.
Hallelujah.
Okay, it's not bringing up the. So I can make my pointers. It's letting me target. Because all of these would be in range if I do a large havoc. with
You
select-
don't need large. You can go away with medium.
Okay, well then a medium one. So I just need the extra. So that'd be, and I've got them all targeted.
1, 2,
Oh, I'm
3,
missing
4,
some.
5. Yep. 5. There's 5 in there. You got 5. Yep.
Yeah, I love them raises.
Majenko's watching them spin around like a cat watching flies.
Now they all got to make their strength roll at -2 because I got quite a raise.
Oh, what happened to Havoc spelling there? It's been a bit funky today. Okie dokie. Fantasy Grounds wouldn't even connect to itself in land mode. That was fun. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't even letting me. It's like something's broke here.
I know. I broke mine. Fortunately, I worked out what it
Well,
was. It
no,
turns out that
I-
if you delete a rule set, then of course Fantasy Grounds can't actually load the rule set.
Mm.
Yeah. I actually was doing testing. I went to download, the latest patch because I was
Yeah.
testing, and nothing happened. I mean, like nothing happened, and I thought, what have I done wrong? And it was their server had crashed. I mean, the whole network is good down.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Right, he's going to hit that one and take 2d4 damage. Oh! I think a zombie might not survive the impact.
Do you know the most annoying thing is it would break down on a Sunday night, wouldn't it?
I think that's all of them. Oh, I can't have done that one. I can't have done that one. He hasn't moved. I can't have done that one because he hasn't moved. It's confusing there. Actually, I pressed the shortcut key to roll 2d4 damage, and the map appeared. I pressed the wrong shortcut key. Okie dokie, that's you incapacitate one, the others just get blown about and obviously are distracted.
Every bit helps, and then I'm gonna duck back out in the hallway and go at Cassidy. You might want to get in there and help.
Really? Well, do my
I
best.
stirred him up. I stirred him up for you. And Rudy's just hiding with me for the moment.
When you say I stirred them up for you, Gastus just tosses the little vial of holy water he's got in his hand up in the air and catches it and says, "You spread them out? Great."
These ones over here are close together.
Boy, you don't appreciate anything people try to do for you, Gastinius. I don't know.
Got a clump over here.
Orca, you're up.
Oh, they won't be conglomerated there for much longer.
What is the collective now? No, it'd be a horde, wouldn't it?
Yeah, zombie horde, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a shuffling of zombies.
Is it?
Shuffling of zombies. Okay.
I've just decided that's the collective noun.
Okay.
I think it's a horde.
No, it's not a horde until you've got. It's not a horde until you've got at least 10 shufflings.
Oh, sorry. Of course.
Sorry, 10 shufflings or one shuffling of 10.
No, 10 shufflings. A shuffling is between 3 and 7.
Right. Okay.
So at least 70 zombies for a horde.
Or no, at least 30 because a shuffling is between 3 and 10.
I'm very tired.
Shamble of zombies apparently is also
Shamble.
called
Okay.
Shamble. No, not official, because of course I don't think there is a collective now for zombies being sort of mythical creatures, as it were.
I think
A stumble of zombies.
I think a shambles of player characters would be.
Yeah. A groan of zombies. I agree.
Bloody hell.
Okay, a stumble of zombies, a coffin of vampires, a howling of werewolves, a bolt of Frankenstein. Obviously, I think this is fictional. Someone did it in a book.
Yeah.
A canner of mummies, a cauldron of witches, a clang of hunchbacks, an ectoplasm of phantoms, a haunting of ghosts, a glow of will-o'-the-wisps, a bottle of gin, a trample of kaiju, a decapitation of headless horsemen, a tinker of gremlins, a hunger of ghouls, a husk of shadows, a marrow of skeletons, a translucence of invisible men, a beaker of mad scientists, a lever of a lever. I went American there. Yeah. Oh well, a lever of henchmen, a scream of victims, a probe of aliens, and a circuit of robots. There we go.
I disagree with some of those.
When you said
So
a
do I.
bolt of Frankensteins,
Yes.
is that a bolt of Frankenstein's monsters? Because
Yeah,
surely
exactly. Yes, it should be the monster, not the Frankenstein.
Frankenstein himself would come under the mad scientists.
Exactly. It's the old mistake everyone makes.
Okay, I think that's all 8.
Yeah, when you say you no,
That is pretty
Frankenstein.
positioning through a door, do you know?
It's the monster. Yes, Frankenstein is the monster. That's the point. Wahaha.
You know, when Mary Shelley wrote that, she was recovering from a miscarriage. And I've always assumed that Frankenstein was just a replacement for the child she lost.
Oh, sad.
It seems
Okay,
reasonable.
and I will re-roll that shaken one.
And she was only 18. She rolled it as part of a challenge between her husband and his buddy Lord Byron, and then Lord Byron's latest fling.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
I
The
may go
Wilhelm
look
scream.
it up.
Oh, it's all true. You know, I had to write on a rather expensive paper.
I'm talking about the book that they used to write Rippers is on my shelf,
Oh, okay.
which is fantastic Victoriana. And
I like playing Rippers for a while, but I just couldn't get into creating a character this time around.
Okay, there we go.
One of
Made
my
quite
most
a mess.
monumental characters ever was Rippers.
So was mine, Sally Dalton. She was awesome. She was one of the cousins to the
I'll be honest, I can't play Rippers anymore.
I created some gunslinging guy, yeah, and I called him Odysseus Ulysses Grant, but he didn't survive the first adventure. So then I decided this for fun, because we didn't have any arcane backgrounds in the party, Rippers, which is really weird. Obviously, we had a mad scientist. I decided, oh well, I'll create a softly spoken Church of England vicar, quite a devout. The first adventure we ended up on was one that came from online, and the big bad monster, I can't remember, it was Mother Hydra or something, could only be hurt by fire. And obviously I didn't know that, but by sheer fluke, being the priest, I determined that my arcane background, my trapping for my bolt attack would of course be holy fire. So I'm the only one in the entire party can hit it. I hit with a raise and then did 64 points of damage.
Wow.
With 2d4. It can't be 64. It must have been 63 points of damage, or 65, obviously, because it was d4 damage. And it just wiped it out in a single hit. And at that moment, the nice, quiet, reserved Church of England priest was gone, and the hellfire and damnation Irish Catholic priest was born.
I played
Abomination of God.
I played in exactly one session of Rippers before the person running it said, "Tav, can you be GM instead?" So I ended up GMing, and they ended up being a priest who lost their arm in the very first encounter they had and shouted, "Abomination of God!" Absolutely everything.
Fair enough. I I mean, I have to admit, my still reminds me of good old Dave Allen, where he was saying, you know, when he was growing up, his priest was one of those damnation and hellfire Catholic priests in Ireland, and it's like, and on that day of final judgment, there will be much wailing and gnashing of teeth. And a voice came from the front row. I ain't got no teeth. And without missing a blink, the priest went, teeth will be provided.
Yes.
It's not so
because I GM'd it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thaddeus, you're up.
I spent too long as a man behind the curtain. I'll probably never play supers as a character either.
That is the problem.
Because I've written everything about it. So with that kind of, I was about to get all emotional there under all these zombies.
A Wilhelm screams, very nice. Actually, you can play supers when I run supers if we go back and use those. They were called. What did I call them? The collection of super powered mutant teenagers or something, weren't they? Definitely not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Definitely not. None of them. Well, there was a turtle. Anyway, Thaddeus, there's only one zombie left.
Two. One in the room and one out in the hall.
One out
I mean, yes, I meant in the room he was in. But I will concede the accuracy of your statement and the inaccuracy of mine.
It's like a transformer.
That's not going to work either. I wish that's not going to work.
We thought there were enough blood splats on the map already, and then you guys turn up.
Yeah, it must be squelching to walk around here.
How do you think zombie blood should be? I think it should be bright red. Dark, really dark red? Browny red?
Brown, definitely.
Because I'm just thinking...
Depends how old they are, maybe green.
No, I'm just thinking because obviously I would love to put more defeated markers in. The skeletons die and it's applying the bones stuff. I can't accept that.
I never even sent you that, did I?
Oh, yeah. There's a door there. I'd love to add more. Yeah.
Aye, so sorry about the indecision. I apologise. It gives you a good idea of how confusing this fight is. What we're going to do is we're going to move to there and simply stab the zombie that is shaking.
You do.
What we're going to do is we're going to move there and stab the zombie that's slightly shaking.
There you go. Now that I'll have to watch. Middle-aged mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, my dice are broken. It must be a bug.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Boost Trait on Leah.
Why, thank you. What are you boosting?
I'm going to boost your...
Put out, bitch.
Did it? All right, forget. I'll ask you that. Did you get a card last week that increases power points by 2d6?
We did.
Only takes you up to your maximum.
Right, 5. So
yeah, don't forget, some people have got quite a lot of card plays, and some people have got no card plays.
Mm-hmm.
The opportune moment to play these cards has not arisen.
I know. I'm just like
right. You're targeting.
If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right. So I was thinking about casting as boost For crying out loud, but that works. That's a 4.
A 4 is a
four.
successful casting.
Right, I'm going to hex Leah. With boost trait fighting 1. Now, I think that I can just hex and I can't put any modifiers on that. Or can't? No, technically I can actually. I can put modifiers on
You
that.
can put modifiers on
You
it.
can put
It's the
modifiers on
hex-
it because it's just a limited reaction to hex someone, isn't
Right.
it?
So
It
I'm
lets
going
you
to
doesn't-
hex.
cast it as a limited reaction.
Right,
You're
so-
casting as a You're like you beat me to it. So yeah.
So right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to boost her fighting 1 die type, and then I'm going to give her haste as well, so she can
Sorry,
run
not haste,
down
but
this
yeah.
mofo.
Sounds good to me. Go for it.
If only I could see her.
Yeah,
You can smell her.
one
Not in
problem-
this
one
house.
problem at a
Good
time.
point.
If you're close enough, you will, but obviously you'll still have the -6 to hit like everyone else would.
Okay.
But she cast greater invisibility. Well, she didn't cast. She drank a potion of greater invisibility. And unfortunately, the first potion of greater invisibility finished, but then a player played the card to let her escape, so she drank the second potion, which means when you catch her at the end, there's no potions of greater invisibility for the party.
Huzzah!
There isn't any because she's used them both, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Fighting, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, thanks for that, Jiminy.
Yep. Jolistino should have been on hold, so I put her on hold, and then basically she's already acted, so she can't act
seriously
again.
thought about killing that zombie down south, and I thought, no, she's upstairs shooting animals. I have to go back to the courtyard, and then when I get there, what do I do to help? You know,
Right.
somebody has to run up the stairs now and then find her.
So
The stairs,
Argenia has
the
seen
stairs are now
that
automated,
Majenko-
by the way.
Ooh. Argenia has seen that Majenko gets involved in, fighting things and stuff. But Argenia is young and naive, so would like to do a wild attack. There we go. There's wild attack.
There's a graphical mistake with this map. Those stairs.
Is it the bottom room?
No,
Oh, not
it's
that.
actually with the stairs as well. Which bottom room, out of interest?
The one that Majenko's in, when I look through Majenko's eyes, it looks normal, but when it's greyed out, as in past vision, there's 2 versions of it slightly offset and overlaid, so it's blurry.
I think that's their new sort of fog of war effect.
Ah.
Oh, that's intentional.
I think so. I don't know. Yes, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I can see it too. Yeah. Okay, Gastus, is that what happened there? Eugenia took the zombie out. Okie dokie.
Mhm.
Get rid of the zombie.
Majenko will congratulate Eugenia.
Hopefully you got.
The
Did
stairs-
you get? Did he prompt you?
Nope. It has prompted me with. Well, it has not prompted me.
Should have done.
No prompt has occurred.
Oh, good. Probably because I forgot. You know what's happened? Because it lost. I know exactly what's happened, and I'm that annoyed. I'm going to fix it.
Okay.
Wow, okay. Is it because the map was from the previous edition?
No, it is because when everything started going really weird today, it lost all of the extensions I had loaded, the campaign file.
That's just rude.
When I added them all back in, I used the I went to, well I restored the old exchange state.xml from backup, but of course it didn't include the one I turned on today because the backup was from yesterday. When this morning I sorted out the portals, I turned on the portals extension. Restored.
2 days ago, I managed to completely kill Fantasy Grounds.
Well, at least you managed to resurrect it. Undead
Well,
Fantasy Grounds.
and I had to build it again.
Oh, I had a very interesting one earlier. As I say, it was a case of Fantasy Grounds was showing a completely different IP address than the one that I used to connect to the internet as my IP address for Fantasy Grounds, and it wouldn't even load a campaign in offline mode, which was really scary. Anyway, you should be back in. Please tell me how you broke it.
So you can never go too.
I loaded. I was in 4.45, trying to run update, and I had a certain tool that we can't talk about opened, doing imaging sizes.
Oh
And
yes.
I think because it was 2 instances of Unity, the update crashed, and then I couldn't restart. I had a Unity soft crash every time I touched Fantasy Grounds. Normal people, by the way, will never ever see this. It's only if you're deep in the gut, if you're doing experimental tools and crazy stuff that's not in the public release yet.
Well, when they get MM working happily and exporting and everything's all hunky dory, I'll actually be able to put all the 2.5D stuff into the Pathfinder test area.
Yeah, you said that, right? But I hate to tell you that it's actually supported right now.
It's not supported in MM. It won't export it.
Because you're not supposed to bloody do it in MM. Are you? Aye, right. Okay, because you want to do it in mark. You want to do everything in marking, don't you? I don't see why.
Because basically they won't let me install Fantasy Grounds on my work laptop, but I can edit a text file without problem on the train.
But you have to make the images.
Oh no! It does, like I said, 75% of the time these days I'll be on my iPad or a laptop or computer, or I'll be remoting. I don't actually. When I say on my laptop, I don't actually do it at the work. I remote. I have a virtual machine I remote to and do the development or something. Or if I'm on the train, I'll use my iPad to edit the text files.
Yeah, so there's the entire.
That's why I like MM.
And then you. That's an issue.
No. It's quite straightforward. No, all I said was, if we end up in a situation where you have to use Fantasy Grounds to create modules, then it's going to take me 4 to 5. It's going to take me 4 times longer to do a single module. Simple as that.
The bit with the images resizing comes in is you have to create images at some point. You have to copy the image from the PDF, or you have to give it from the art source, the PDF or the art source.
Yeah,
right?
But that's the very first thing I do. The very first thing I do is I rip all the images out the PDF, save them, and import them into Fantasy Grounds. That takes half an hour.
Before you import them into Fantasy Grounds, that's when you do the XML on them. Before you even get to Fantasy Grounds.
Didn't bloody work, did it? Yes, it did. Yeah. Hurrah! There we go. I was just getting used to the fact that I didn't have to use 2 maps, and now I have to use it. You know what I mean?
So that's the plan. Put images in the assets folder, and then go through your assets folder and tweak them all with the XML files added, and then start from there.
Yeah, which is pretty much how I do it anyway. Which is how you do it with MM anyway, so it's nothing different.
Aye.
Because the images are the only thing. The images are the only thing you can't. Ignoring Rippertech and frameworks and all the obscure add-ons. Everything else you can do in MM.
And as far as I know, you're the only person you're the only person that has to create these images.
Yeah, I know, because the rest of the Savage Worlds.
Only because you have the art assets from Paizo.
Pathfinder, from Paizo. Yeah. I know. It won't. Yeah, I know. Everyone else gets to use tokens, but they specifically asked. I did all the Paizo images.
It may appear. You may get the same cutouts in Supers, because Supers does have high resolution full body character.
I like Paizo stuff. It's nice.
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at OK Corral, folks.
So
sorry, we're back now. Sorry.
So knowing that she shot at Leia and has been taunting her since and shot from up the stairs, I'm going to waste another dust of appearance and see if I can make her appear.
The record, your template is exactly over. Does catch her from exactly where she shot at Leia.
It does it?
It does.
Does
Make
she
your
appear then?
athletics check. Make your athletics check. I assume you're throwing it up at the ceiling so it sparkles down rather than.
That was kind of the idea, yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's a very accurate hit. Everything under that area of effect is covered in dust of appearance. As I say, that's exactly where she was when she fired at Leia.
But she's not there anymore.
Yeah, but she's not there anymore.
She, didn't, she opened fire and then moved.
Yeah, but she was taunting, so she might have still been there.
Well, she can taunt as she runs, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you must know, I do believe go down her power list. Yeah, she can throw her voice. She's got sound silence.
Hooray! Yeah, but that's an action.
But
So if she was doing that, it was a multi-action for the shooting.
I mean, no, I'm just saying she can do it. And how do you know it's an action? You don't know what her classes are.
True.
Be a limited free action.
It could be if she's got the rogue mystic powers.
Just a little bit metagamey there.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, 30th world, oh god, the Joker.
Bloody hell!
What's that?
Joker, 2 jacks and 2 twos.
Exactly.
Quite scary, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. GM should have a bit more. Oh no. I suppose if it's the same fight, I suppose I shouldn't reset my bennies, I suppose.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh well, let's do a Hail Mary then.
That's not the way the stairs go up, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's. Do you remember? In all fairness, I'll let you go back because I did say there's a graphical glitch. They don't actually show. There's no indication on the player map that isn't actually the bottom of the stairs because it isn't because the stairs go up.
Yeah.
I did actually have to put a wall there to stop it working, so I will update the map accordingly.
Ooh, isn't that fantasy? Ooh.
I do like the portals thing when it's set up. It works really nicely.
Right, Hail Mary. Right, here's where it's going to get really, really beardy.
It's an action though.
I
Yeah.
cast stun in a large burst template, selective there, and then I'm going to hex and cast slumber
In the same area.
in a different area.
Ah.
Okie dokie.
I really hope she's in the crossover zone.
I don't know. I suppose there is supposed to be the wickedest.
Crossover zone.
If I do that,
And she's standing there.
That would be
that's a
rather
bit
annoying.
naughty. Right.
Well, I haven't moved her since she shot Leia. I'll be honest on that score. You can watch the stream later.
Okay. So
Yes,
you have. You mean you haven't moved her since she moved after she shot Leia?
That's what I meant.
But that's not what you said.
Oh, shut up. You knew what I meant.
But see, if you hadn't moved her since you shot Leia, then she was under the template when I used the dust of appearance.
He can't help it. It's reflexive.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're casting first in zone number 1 is stun with the glow trapping. All right. Bombs away. Rocks fall, everybody dies.
What the fuck? Were you clearing your dice?
No, I'm just not on the character, on the player. I've just inflicted 2,160 points of damage. Okay, you successfully cast stun. You
With a
caught her,
raise.
or did you?
I caught her, or did I?
Or did you? Just to keep you guessing, because you
Do
just
you make
because.
a saving throw?
Well, I was about to say I'm going to make a saving throw for every one you cast, whether it actually affects her or not, because you don't know.
Yes. Because obviously. Right, okay. Right. Now, let me cover up the chat window so I can't see it. Because I don't really want to know. My limited free action with my witchy powers is to cast Slumber with the glow effect in area number 2. Let's see if she's going to. Oh, it hit a raise. Now, she has got a saving throw against the second spell. Is there a distinctive thump on the floor as she falls asleep? So she's fallen over and she's glowing in one place, she's falling over and glowing in another place. I hope it's 2, because then she's sleeping.
Oh, spirit slumber's a spirit check. Okay.
Yep, she may.
Okay. You're in your turn.
That's still a fail.
Justice did hear something.
Well, as there was glow attached to it, does she appear?
I hate to have to point that out to you.
That's okay. She just recovered from being stunned. Anyway.
So you want to torture me for information?
Well, that's not the one I thought it was. Damn it. Which is the one? No.
She'll still be
I wanted to
distracted in, won't you?
try again.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Did we hear a hit the floor?
hurt. Oh, do it again.
That's the one I wanted to say. Oh, that
So
hurt.
Did I hear her hit the floor?
You didn't, but Gastus did. But
I heard her
unfortunately,
hit the floor. Yeah.
but as I say, unfortunately, she is no longer prone.
And
Or
you got you got a raise
yeah,
to recover from being stunned. Still cost her 2 points of pace to stand up, though.
it did indeed.
And at half the area, we know what side of the room she's on.
Maybe.
In which case, I think what we're going to do is large burst template. Okay, I'll just hit you in the large burst template then.
Not in the large burst template, that hurts.
It will. Place it there.
Oh crap! Is that vertical as well?
Yep, it's a sphere.
Ouch.
No, you're probably all right. If it's a sphere, you're probably all right.
It's Vorka's going to get caught, as well
I'm
as.
under that.
Yes, you are, but you'll be at the point. You'll be at about that point there, where the sphere will be just on the top floor.
No. She's at the top. She's one up. She's one further north. So you're. I'm going to. You're just off the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good then. Close one.
And then I'm going to have to do the last one. That. Target all of you. Okay, and then I can do
Oh dear.
that. Oh. Silence with a raise. All sound is muted. You've all been silenced.
That means we can't cast spells.
It does. It's the fact I did it. Completely rates all sound from inside the template.
Well, if she stood in it, at least she gets to shut up too. And anybody in the
Yeah.
template doesn't have to hear her.
Actually, it's interesting one. Actually, looking at that, it's not like its silence is not like the the Pathfinder D&D version. It's an area of effect thing. So while you're inside that sphere of silence, which goes down to the floor below, you can't hear anything.
Well, but when you leave it, you can speak again.
Exactly.
And hear
yeah.
again.
Exactly. So the point I'm trying to make is you can't do anything while you're inside that area of effect.
Yeah.
Does it cast on an object?
It can do, but that's quite unlikely that it did, based on.
I'm just being an evil GM. I would have done a cold shot and cast it on an item of clothing.
Yeah, you can do.
You could
So
do,
carry
and
it
you
around,
could, yeah, you could tell. Actually, it doesn't. It doesn't say that. It just says it's in a burst area. So I don't think. I think it's in an area. I don't think it's movable.
Oh, I remember James doing that because it doesn't get you any saving throw either. You have to strip naked.
Silence does the opposite, muting all sound up to a loud shout within a large burst template. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say you can't. Actual fact, though, I suppose with adaptable caster shouldn't be there, is it? That's not a Pathfinder one. Or is it?
It is.
With adaptable caster, you spend an extra power point to alter the trapping. Ah, good point. Thank you for giving me the idea. She's cast it on you, Thaddeus, so it's centered on you.
I love being an evil Jimmy and sabotaging my own characters.
So hang on, I just need to move back to there, and I need to take off the PowerPoint. Sorry about that, and then I'll move back to there.
It also means that
sorry.
Tackle Hex can't be activated either.
Sorry, I've just noticed a big cluster bugger.
A what?
Big cluster bugger.
Cluster bugger.
A cluster bugger. I do.
I like that.
Sorry. I was trying to work out. Basically, this is me being honest here, because
what are they called when they come in a group? I just wondered. Being on the LF conversation.
Basically, I unfortunately made the mistake of forgetting that when you apply effects to someone, it's really got to be done. There you go. Do you know what I mean? Rather than on someone else.
Yes. The pointer has to be on the caster to get the duration correct.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so now I can move it on, and they technically should all go down by one because she had them activated. Sorry about that. Volker, you appeared basically all of a sudden everything goes absolutely silent.
You can't see it, but I'm screaming with while I'm running.
Oh, you're running nice and fast.
5, 6.
You're technically still there. You're technically still under the effect of the side. I'm going to say you're outside it. You can lean back. Actually,
Okay.
no. Actually, let's be honest. It would be centered there, so you're clear. I've centered it. It's targeted on Thaddeus, isn't it?
Yep.
I thought you said Gastus.
No, Thaddeus.
Thaddeus.
Oh.
We're standing in fundamentally the same place.
I might spend 1,000 gold coins to buy that the aura extension. Although it won't do all the aura stuff, it does still create. You can still create halos around characters that will move with them. Wade.
If only that would work, it'd be very useful for leadership edges.
It would be useful if the actual aura effect applied, but unfortunately not. No, it doesn't work in that regard, but it does give you. This is the graphical one that actually, at least you can see who's under an aura effect, and it's automatic. So I might buy it. I know it works because Jiminy uses it in Rifts because he obviously bought it for 5e. Anyway, sorry, Vorka,
Okay.
I interrupted you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to now use my action to look around magically.
Aha! Are you?
Oh, I ran right through her, huh?
Well, she saw you coming, so she just, she can sidestep, can't she?
Yeah,
Like you can.
I'm not that big. It's not that big a deal.
And the whole point was the trick was, and this was the whole point, she moved herself. I made her move into her own silence field because then you'd be harder for anyone inside the field to hear her.
I'm all for her being in her own silence field.
And then I will point and go, she's right there.
Except, of course, she isn't now because I've moved it slightly, but you know what I mean. She was obviously up against the barrister.
She had to move at the half of the
Yeah.
room I found her in. She had to move.
Of course, you say she's right there, but obviously... Nah, afraid
Yeah,
not,
nobody
Gastus.
can hear me, but yeah.
Yeah, but he also said he's pointing.
He did say he's
with my
pointing.
sword.
He did say he's pointing. I'll give you that. Brings us to Sassafras Teaberry.
That's a good
Now,
point.
does the sphere of silence affect the room I'm in?
No.
Okay, well, I would have heard the stuff before you hit him with that, so I'm going to run to. I know they're all headed upstairs, so I'm going to run to go catch up to them.
Actually, let me hold up a second. No, it doesn't. There's the sphere of silence for all intents and purposes on the ground floor.
There's 5. I've got 12.
Yep. 5 gets you to there.
And I just go flying up the stairs.
So, yeah, because we've obviously moved it, the sphere of silence area, you are actually under the sphere of silence.
Okay.
You didn't hear Vorka shouting.
How much of my move did I take before I got upstairs?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will point out. I'm going to do that because you don't know where she is.
And I landed right smack dab in the middle of the sphere and probably ran into Gastinius. And it's like, oops, sorry, Gastinius. And realize I can't even hear my own voice.
Indeed.
And I'll step away from him a little bit so that
that's fine. Yeah, I know you're all stacked, but obviously you haven't got the movement to. You won't be able to go there because that's the banister. But you've got 2 inches of movement left, so 1, 2 would get you to there.
Just get me because Gastinius is probably just now, and Rudy, of course, is under my cloak. So you'll have to move him because.
There we go. Gets us to Leia.
All right. Where have I gone?
You're downstairs.
Downstairs.
Oh yeah, I could. I honestly couldn't see myself. Weird.
3 to get you to there. It's so nice when it works.
Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to move Majenko before me. Never mind. Let's do that now. What's the flight distance of Majenko?
8.
The rest of it straight up, please.
Okay. So he's on this level, but he's...
Aye, don't forget you've got a higher pace.
Me or the dragon? This
You do,
thingy.
because you've
I
got
know.
higher haste.
I haven't finished moving yet. I just remember. Well, we're moving at the same time. I want Majenko to do something for me. You see, I just need to change over to him. Okay. Dragon, ignore penalties for illumination, immunity, paralysis, slumber, stun, and minor detect arcana.
That's an innate ability, which means they can do it as a free action. So Majenko can do that and see where she is.
Which is exactly what I want.
Yeah, as a free action and do something else, like attack, like breath weapon.
You do know invisibility isn't an illumination-based thing. It's an...
Minor detect
arcana.
Oh, I apologise. I didn't realise you said that. I do apologise. Detect Arcana most certainly does that.
Some GMs, they just never pay attention.
I know.
That's because they're doing 3 other things in the background at once.
Yes, magic
Okay.
vision types beat everything.
Then he's going to do his silver mist breath weapon directly at her. Very, very badly. Let me see if that went bust. It didn't. Can I...
It looked like it tried to, though.
Yeah, but from that, Leia saw which direction he tried to do it in, and will move that way, sniffing. So
he was short of hitting her with it anyway.
Can I smell her now?
Yeah. That close you can.
Oh, what just happened? I just portaled somewhere else.
Did you click yes on anything?
Yes, by accident. I'm sorry. Could you put me back?
You were supposed to click yes. Now you're up on the top stairs.
I'm very confused. Okay. You know what? I'm going to wild this out with this one.
Can you give yourself a +1 bonus to hit, please?
Done.
Only because the when attacking that is.
Get mad.
The reason is because she's used shroud upon herself, but she's also invisible, so they shouldn't stack together. But the shroud still gives her a +1 stealth. You see.
I understand.
But if you somehow negated your invisibility, the shroud will still apply, which is why I didn't want to take it off because I forget.
in that.
Hang on.
I'm hanging on.
I don't think
Should I have missed?
Oh, you did put the +1 in. Yes, you did still miss. You missed by 2 on a 13. I'm so glad you got. Oh crap!
Oh,
that's gonna
there's
hit.
a 6 coming out now.
No, oh, it's a 20.
Bitch.
God, thank God that boosted trick.
Lethal or non-lethal damage? You doing lethal or non-lethal damage?
Lethal.
was
She's
a
really
long time to
freaking
call
pissed
it.
me off.
No, don't.
Okay, that's fine.
Fortunately, she hasn't killed her.
Well, actually, hang on. I need to take that back. Reapply the damage. Got a Benny. She might try using it. There's a fatigued elf. I doubt it. There we go.
I know academically we're supposed to keep her alive, but she's really annoying.
Be honest, actually, if she is killed off, I'm not. Oh, I do think they did right away. Oh, I knew I forgot to read something today. Damn it! Got distracted with the whole fancy grounds breaking, so I didn't read something I needed to read before the adventure started. Anyway, you hit her very hard. Not that you can hear it,
Oi, can't hear that either.
I know you can't hear it, but it's funny. Where is it? Here we go.
She's on the edge of the field anyway.
Oh, bring it on, love. Oh, do it.
She likes being hit, basically. Okay.
We picked up on that.
She's not
She's
exactly.
gonna like what Gastus is about to do even more. Then
Go on then. I have to admit, spending pennies to go back on hold and activate would be very nice for bad guys right now.
we're going a bit cloak and dagger now. Gastus's sword goes away. He unclips his cloak. I can go through Lear anyway, but my pace is 8 with my boots of leaping and springing. And using my cloak to cover a wider area, I'm going to drop my cloak on her and then grapple her.
Okay.
So I can see
I'm
her
going
with
to
the cloak
say
over the top of her.
invisibility and shroud won't apply. I'm going to rule for that one. You don't need to see her to grapple her.
Nope.
But I would give him a -2 penny for improvised weapon.
I'm not using an improvised weapon. I'm just, the cloak is just to help see where she is, and then I'll grapple round the cloak.
So, first things first, you're going to have to do an athletics roll, aren't you, to throw the cloak. Lands on top of her. Now you can
And then I'm going
grapple
to grapple her,
her.
which is an athletics roll.
Yeah. Where's the hang on with the multi-action?
I'm two-fisted and ambidextrous.
One day
But
he'll learn that.
yes, but my argument is grappling is not the same thing as attacking with two hands. It would be, I'm ruling that's two actions. One to throw the cloak and do something else, I'd allow, but then grappling her would have to be a second action because you're using your whole body to grapple her. It's not the same as throwing the cloak and then punching her, which I would allow as a single action.
Well, neither is a single action. It's still two separate actions, but yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. I know it's two actions, but it's two actions without a multi-action penalty. But throwing the cloak and then grappling, I'm going to say it. But if you want to turn that into a fighting roll rather than an athletics roll and just punch her out, I'll allow that. No, you're throwing the cloak over her. I'll allow that without penalty.
No, I'll just spend a penny.
Okay. No, the point is the cloak. No, the point. I'm being nice here. If you throw the cloak over and then punch her, the cloak. She is captured by the cloak. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So, then I will clonk her on the top of the head with the pommel of my.
Yeah, that's fine. So
it looks like a head with my man.
I'll allow you to. I'll ignore that second athletics roll and let you make a fighting roll instead.
Okay.
See, I'm not unreasonable. I'm just trying to be fair.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Hex cursed, he's fighting.
Oh, that's a hit. So now you can. Yeah, I mean, you only got to do a wound, and she's only got toughness 7, so you should knock her out. Actually, it does. I'm ruling it you because you did it before she can react. It doesn't matter. But she would basically, as you throw the cloak over her. Where is it? Oh, where's her? Surely she should have a surrender. Maybe she doesn't. I'm sure she has an I surrender. Hang on a second.
She does because you tried it before.
Yeah. Seems to have vanished out of the module. Which
She's
is
unconscious. She can't say it, so don't worry about it.
Good point taken. I will allow it, but I'm more concerned about how I managed to lose it. Is the point.
Don't worry, I lost it ages ago.
But now we're getting comic sound effects for our jokes.
Okie dokie. And with that, she's knocked out, which means that's the end of the fight. Which means I get to reset bennies and adventure cards.
Then I will tie her up. And our junior will come and heal her.
Let me turn off.
I'll take a walk onto the balcony to calm down.
Let me turn off line of sight.
You've just set out cards, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which is what I said I would do. I did say I was doing. I said I was doing it.
I know.
Before I did it.
I know. I just said I didn't have any cards, so I needed them. But I'm just saying that I got the card that I really, really, really wanted.
Well, I'm going to give you a card as well, Thaddeus, because this is useless to me. So if you've got one that I might be able to use, Give it
I
that.
did say it, and I did wait before I reset all the beddies to give anyone a chance to say don't do it. So
Okay.
Yeah, and
calm
I didn't grab the chance, so I didn't get to play the card I really wanted to play. So I'm gonna get even with you for this one by doing this. I know it's good and bad.
ah,
Because I learned from Gastinius.
It
That's
wasn't
what I
me.
did.
It wasn't.
I-
It was,
Jiminy.
yeah.
I thought we were about to have a she escapes again. God. I'm not doing this fight again. I am not doing this fight again. Right.
Well, why don't we have in addition to the zombies, she has summoned
It says at some time soon the party.
at sometime soon. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't we
means
get
I
to
hit
do
you. I hit you when I want to hit you, not when you want me to hit you.
But don't we get to draw an additional card? Does that mean you just distribute them?
We've all just got an extra card.
Yeah, I got an extra card.
Yeah, okay, because I played one. Never mind.
Rightio. What am I doing?
Whoever gave Gastus a card, what card was it?
It was
Press to kill.
Dress to Kill.
All right.
Because I thought he'd get mileage at that.
I probably will, actually.
Right. Okay, so after some time later, let's get rid of all the impacts. Sorry, I'm just reading ahead. Tokens are unlocked. Oh, hang on. Line of sight is unlocked, but no one's been down to the basement yet, so it doesn't matter if I unlock the line of sight. No one's been to the basement yet. Anyway.
No.
Actually, big look. So no one goes
Well,
down to the
yeah.
basement.
Once she's safely bound up and presumably visible, because that'll be in about 30 seconds' time.
Hmm.
Our genie will heal her up so that she's awake again.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. Go that, and then I go backwards one. Oh. Hide the mana. So yeah, she's in those. As someone pointed out last week, those ridiculous shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Winkle pickers.
Indeed. Okie dokie. So, should she be captured alive? She knows much that will help the heroes. Okay, and okay. So,
Shall we try this again?
Oh, you remind me of my darling Rolf. So cute.
I really hope I don't, because if that is Rolf Lamb and he looks anything like the last time we saw him undead father, I really don't want to have.
right. She after other than that, from this point on, basically, she yeah. So after saying that, all she does now is I know the taunts will be like I can't kill you, but you know how she laughs in the taunts. Pretty much all you're getting out of her at the moment, that is, by trying to talk to her.
Is there any undead left?
No.
Okay, the house is clear, folks.
Didn't he say we didn't check the basement? Did you guys check the basement?
Not yet, but that's kind of where Vorka's headed, just the
To
long way
be
around.
honest, we haven't really checked anything. All we did is we arrived in the house and we went up to. We've been fighting since we got here. We'll have to check every room.
Estes claims he can't hear anyone. Quick, everyone say nasty things about him. Anyway, Gastus has completely failed to get anything useful out of Jolestinia.
She ain't falling for that charm, huh, Gastus?
I bet you he's pressed mute on his microphone or something. Oh no, no, that would be he would be able to talk, not. He's not server muted and he's not server deafened. Something I've done to him.
Well, we might as well check the rooms up here and then work our way down.
Yes, I could try server muting. Does anything? Any difference? Okay. He's going to have to do a reboot like you have to do sometimes. They can't be heard, but they. Hey. Hello, hello. Okay. The only room up here that has a description was that one over there, and I think all the descriptions are about the zombies. So
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Ah, right, okay, we've got different issues that just happened to happen at the same time. Tav's lost all Discord. He was actually trying to interrogate her quite dramatically and with lots of enthusiasm. Apparently, it was all to nothing. He'll try and sort it out and get back on.
Okay, has that worked?
Aha, there he is.
No, you were supposed to say yes.
Cruel.
Of course.
Well, when she was saying I reminded her of her darling Rolf, I pointed out that, her darling
Yeah,
Rolf.
the
You heard
undead
that-
bit. We
heard
got
that
that bit. But I
got
said
that bit,
after that, she just, giggles. I get the impression
again, if
she's not entirely sane.
Yeah, I kind of got that as well. Then again, if I remind you of your darling Rolf, since I'm the closest you're ever going to see of your darling Rolf again, maybe you'll just have to make do with it.
I mean, what does Rolf look like anyway?
Probably similar to Gadrin Lamb, his father, I would expect.
I'm just thinking if we can make you look like him. Is she going? I don't think it makes any difference. I think she's quite frankly lost her marbles.
I suppose we could hand you over to the Queen's physicians. Maybe they can heal your mind.
He giggles
Either
quite
way,
practically there.
either way, you'll never see Rolf again.
Basically, never see Rolf again. No, that won't do much. She'll just laugh. She sort of also implies the Queen's physicians couldn't cure a cold.
I'm not
necessarily argue
feeling the
with
need
that
to be
either.
very nice to her, so I'm going to play that.
Okay.
I'm taking the Master Edge for intimidation. Since it ignores all requirements, the Master Edge increases the trait and its limit 2 steps, and turns the wild die into a D10.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell her that she is going to be going to the cells. She's never going to see her darling Rolf again. She's very likely never going to see the light of day again and be fed on slop for the rest of her life, unless she can tell us something that might actually impress us enough that she's showing she's going to help us out. And then I'm going to pick her up, or grab her by the scruff of her coat, and start leading her towards the door. And this will be me attempting to intimidate her, much as I did before, because she's really, really pissed me off. Now, Master will give me a wild die of a D10 and 2 extra die types of intimidation, which is effectively giving me a D10 in intimidation. Would you agree? Because I've not got an intimidation, it will go up to a D6, and I'll have a wild die of a D10, so I'll be rolling a D10 and a D6 and keeping the best.
Sounds good to make it.
So if I just roll my fighting instead of intimidation, because my fighting's a D10.
Got a 4.
I don't know why I'm
Still
Am I
targeting.
No,
Am I
it's
targeting?
me. I was going to roll a support roll,
Oh.
saying I think we're going because she doesn't, because nobody,
Okay.
she doesn't know what I'm capable
You got a
of.
5. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy?
No, I'm going to spend a penny on that.
Yeah, I was going to say +1 support roll because she doesn't know what I'm capable of, and I will show her my teeth and say, I will make sure you live forever in prison.
You know what?
Seven.
I want to do this. I want to scare her.
Actually, you can't use fighting because you're getting +1 bonuses. You have to put -1 in before you roll.
Well, no, I don't, because I've got a +1 from support.
Yeah, point taken. Shutting up.
And then I'm going to start dragging her towards the door, saying, we're good friends with the Field Marshal. I'm sure she can find a particularly unpleasant cell to put you in. One with no windows, so that even if your Rolf came to the windows...
Related. There's just something.
Try again.
Oh, you got that lamb swagger.
I'll try that one again. Here we go. She's not bloody talk now, is she?
Are you sure you're not related? There's
Positive.
just something about you. Oh, you got that lamb swagger.
I'll kick her ankle with that. Look, you've got a swagger now, but it's not a lamb one.
Yes, more. Oh.
No,
I'm
I'm
afraid
just gonna drag-
intimidation doesn't affect her at all.
It doesn't. That's...
Well, there is, but you've got to use the right thing. And basically, she's a
Okay,
masochist.
I'm gonna cast.
The threat of locking her up in a cell where she'll never see the day of light again just fills her with pleasure.
Can I cast?
She's a
precipitation?
fatalistic masochist.
All right.
I think I'm going to tickle you. I'm going to tickle you until you cry.
I was going to say, can I cast precipitation to make Garius look like the person she keeps referring to?
Well, we've never met Rolf Lamb. We're pretty certain
No, that's
he's
a catch.
the key thing killer and the son of Gastus Lamb.
But we know we've seen this. We've seen Gastus Lamb. So does he look like his father?
Probably.
You tell me.
Well, that's what I'm going to make. I'm going to try and give him a holographic face of Gastus Lamb with precipitation. Basically, it's a shitty illusion spell that wouldn't fool anybody. But she's so daft, she just might go for it.
Oh, that really hurt.
She doesn't like that.
Do it again.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to drag her outside now.
Yep.
And start dragging her through the streets down in the direction of the citadel.
She asks about if they've got a rack in the room where she'll never see daylight, with hope and pleading in her eyes.
I very much doubt it. And of course, if your boyfriend's watching now, at least he knows that whatever it is you were trying to do, you failed miserably. I wonder what he's going to think of that. You're holding out for him. I don't see him here rescuing you. I guess he's disappointed. I certainly know I would be.
No, that's not fair.
Oh, shut your mouth!
Rolf, how he screwed up.
Shut your mouth. You have nothing worth saying. You're clearly a useless... You are nothing but a useless whore. You realise that?
You actually
Well,
said the
lambs-
right. You actually said the right thing there, by the way.
Yeah, shut up so we can hear her.
Your lamb's useless whore.
Yeah.
He's got no use for you. He's obviously left you there to die. Actually, I'm probably doing
Actually,
him a
no,
favour.
if you'd listened, you see, you'd actually know you've just gone the wrong way again.
Have I?
Yes, because you didn't listen to what she said.
Well, sort of.
Shush.
You wouldn't dare tell Rolf how I screwed up. Please, I'll tell you everything. Just don't tell him.
I mean, that's what you shouted over.
Okay.
I don't get to cut anybody up.
Well, that would be a crying shame, wouldn't it?
Right, so there, Arch, you said the right thing, but then you shouted over her, so you didn't hear the fact she was saying, "I'll tell you everything." So anyway,
Well,
what?
out with it. And if you convince me well enough, I'll choke you just a little bit.
Are you sure you're not related? There's just something about you. Oh, you've got that lamb swagger.
Absolutely
asking?
positive.
Right, obviously you can drag her back inside, so everyone can ask questions, and obviously if I've got the answers, I will let you have them. So what do you want to ask her?
Well, I will gesture around the large number of undead and say, "Explain this."
Okay, here we go.
Okay. You see, my darling Rolf sent me here to kill off those rich people attending the party. All the others, like the servants, were just a bonus for me. Did you see the dancing ones? Oh, isn't it so funny?
There you are. Rolf sent her here to kill them all, basically.
Yes. Why?
Why? Okay, here we go.
I don't know why he wanted them dead. My darling Rolf really isn't acquainted with this sort of people. Perhaps it was an assignment by his new employer. Didn't know, didn't care. He gave the orders, so I came.
Yes, and you walked in here as well, I would imagine.
That was for your comment about Harley Quinn. Yeah, she's definitely Harley Quinn, isn't she? Okay. There you are.
And his new boss?
I don't know. Whoever this new boss is, oh, I really don't like him or her. As she's keeping my beloved away from me, holed up in some hidden laboratory. It better not be a her.
Oh, I suppose it could be an it. Something with tentacles and teeth like this.
Indeed. Bearing in mind, she has admitted she killed everyone in the place, but everyone in the place looked like they died of blood veil, don't forget.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. So they all got the blood veil after you killed them? Or did you infect them first?
Oh, that was another of my
Maybe
darling
she means
Rolf's
she's the
ideas.
source of the blood.
Had I escaped, who would have suspected me of being their killer?
So you infected them first?
No, I'll need to check that one myself, because this is obviously, I spent ages this morning working out the correct order of these sound effects, because you can't rename them. It's really annoying.
You're lucky you didn't get the blood veil. Well, maybe you have already. He'll never want to see you again after that.
Hang on. No, I need to answer that one for you, because I don't.
Okay.
I know they don't answer it, which is why I'm just having to reopen it. Rolf left much of the planning of the massacre to her, trusting in her imagination skill. As long as the end result appeared to be a noble house filled with victims of blood veil, the needs would be met. Of course, blood veil doesn't kill fast enough to create such a death house, so her creativity was put to the test to create the tableau that was required. Securing an invitation as a paid entertainer, she got into the gala. And she spent, obviously she'll be telling you this in her voice, which I'm not even going to attempt. She spent the first hour juggling and performing so her presence wouldn't seem out of place. At sunset,
I'm quite good at juggling.
You're better at it than me. That's That's the thing. At the sunset, the party-goers gathered for feasting and dancing. She surreptitiously disabled all of the exterior doors and the windows before she went to work, luring lone guests or servants away and killing those she found already alone. So obviously there were no match for her sneak attacks delivered by her small hand crossbow. Then she gathered them in groups. She used charges from her wand to transform them into zombies under her control. Apparently one, and yeah, she then went meticulously from body to body with a wand of animate dead, obscuring the wounds that actually killed them. Oh, apparently that's part of the animate dead. Okay, and giving each body the rashes and other physical signs of the blood veil.
There was an ocarina player called Ruin. Do you know where he is?
Don't know, don't care. But when Darling showed up, he had two of these odd bird mess doctors by his side. He had them carry the boy off.
The
Before
boy?
the baby left, claiming he needed some time alone, he suggested me staying and having fun with my new friends, and so I did. Actually, I think Rolf wanted me to not be on the streets while the plague is about. He's so shy when it comes to showing his love. Oh, it's so cute.
Yes, he'd rather have you locked up in a charnel house full of disease, so that you definitely get the disease and die and can't possibly tell anybody that he's working with the bird-faced doctors.
Just in case you didn't catch it, that's what she basically said there.
Yeah, I got that it was definitely the Queen's physicians. This youth, he didn't happen to be a musician, did he, that was carried away?
Doesn't recognise the name, but does recognise him by description, and then obviously that's what she
Did he play a small disc-shaped clay flute?
Yeah, she obviously that's the one who got carried off. That was the boy who got carried off.
Right. Okay, and that was taken away by the Queen's physician. He was the only one. Why did they want him?
The boy who lived.
She doesn't know.
Okay. They must have picked him for a reason.
Yeah. It's interesting, actually. That lavender one person, they've got nothing there, but this one, they've even tell me what happens if someone basically. I mean, obviously they don't put it in the simplest terms because it's the original Pathfinder text, but basically there is instructions here. So if someone plays love interest on her, what happens? But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, any other questions you want to ask her?
Anybody do that?
If any of the other PCs are paying attention to Gastus, that spirit roll was because of who I worship. Gastus is starting to realise that actually she's a victim here just as much as anybody else.
And actually, yeah, that is actually the whole point. You can basically attempt to.
Yeah, she's a victim here as much as anybody else is. Obviously, the Queen's physicians are not the people to go to. Can I think of it?
How about we section her? I think she really does belong somewhere like that.
Absolutely, but who would be the person to send someone like this to?
I seem to recall there was a madhouse found in Sandpoint.
There's a madhouse just outside of Sandpoint, full of undead. Yeah.
I don't
right at home.
Yeah, but don't I have a young lady in the apothecary business who might know somebody?
Yeah, you could probably once she's set free, she can probably help. But anyway, are there any more questions you want to ask her? Because I think there is. Without giving anything away, you haven't asked one question I think that would be worth an ask on her.
And in English?
We didn't. Did we ask where they took the boy to? No, she didn't know, did she?
Actually, that's probably the same as that's my mistake. Because let's face it, she would have I will interpret that back to the same as where is Rolf, isn't it? Because that's where Rolf took the boy. So therefore, you did ask it. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
here we go.
Therefore, because she doesn't know where Rolf is.
Seen him in weeks, except the morning after this party crash. He came by to congratulate me on a job well done. And then he left again. When you see him,
She doesn't know where he is.
tell him how much I miss him.
Yeah. That's
I'm
just
sorry,
Alina.
my dear. If I see Rolf Lamb, the next thing that's going to happen is I am going to thrust my blade deep through his heart.
Probably, if you say that to her, she probably will be a little on the more. You could, I suppose, you could take it to the Church of Abadar and pay for someone to pay for some treatment. But yeah, she doesn't know where Rolf is. But basically, you could. That's pretty much that done. That's
Would the church would Vorka be willing to put in a word with the Church of Shalin, because they're all about loving and caring, aren't they? And this is very much a case.
That could definitely be an interesting job for them. Yes.
And this is very definitely a case of love having been twisted to destroy this girl.
just put you all downstairs.
This girl
But-
had
Place.
problems before any of this happened.
Oh, I'm sure she did, but this Rolf Lamb used love to make her worse than she was, and I'm not entirely sure she'd have been unhinged, but I don't know that she would have been. Yeah, we already know Rolf Lamb as a serial killer from years and years ago. So I'll ask Vorka, probably out of her earshot, if he thinks this is something the Church of Shalin could help with, or if it's a case of me selling things so that I can get the Church of Abadar to look after her.
No, I think we can take her to the temple and maybe see if they can help. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take her there now?
No,
We need to check the basement.
because we walked into the house and we got attacked by zombies and we've had a running fight and none of us have actually searched any room in the house yet.
No, we as
You need
Leah
to turn
says,
line of sight on or light on there.
we need
Sorry.
to check the basement, because if there's zombies in the basement infected with the...
No, there's no zombies in the basement.
Okay.
I just know these things.
There might be
Well,
something of import though, so I'm going to have a look.
Yeah, we're gonna have to search every room. There's no more undead.
Yeah. We need to search the room, catalogue the number of dead that are here so that we can tell the guard. To be
You
honest,
can
we're
walk through
probably
walls,
best...
don't forget.
We're probably
I've turned
best
off line
leaving
of
this-
sight so you can walk through walls. If you... Oh, yeah. What happened there? Oh, you
we're
must have
probably
hit the...
best
Yeah. Sorry.
That was
leaving this place locked up. Or we drag all the
Thanks.
corpses into the garden and burn them.
that's a good
Oh.
idea.
Okay. A well-stocked wine rack and several large casks line the walls of this stuffy cellar. A small wooden door squats in the southeastern corner. Thoroughly restocked in preparation. Most of the wine cellar has gone unused. Nestled far away in the rear of this room is a small workshop that appears to have been converted into a studio, which you wouldn't know because it's locked from within. The doors, technically, that door to the south, that door there is locked from the other side.
Justus! There's a door that needs to be looked at. I'm going to
It's
grab a bottle of
stuck.
something and have a drink because she really made me want one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
It's
Gastus
a
needs to
it's a
get...
very good quality lock.
Well, Gastus needs to get a bit of stress out.
You're fine then.
You usually
How do we get down
really
to the
delicate.
Oh, you're
How do
kicking
we
the door. You're kicking the door if it's hinges.
Yes.
A
Gastus needs to get a
scream
bit of
comes
stress
as
out.
the door. A scream comes from the other side of the door as you kick the door down. So yeah, basically kicking the door down, you reveal what appears to be a converted studio. Within, among the painting supplies, cowering in faces as white as anything, is a tawdry-looking. Well, actually, it isn't cowering, but yeah, within
Might be,
the
I'm just
painting supplies
ignoring.
is a tawdry-looking divan, a small shrine to Shaylin, several scandalous portraits of Laura and Carowin, and basically the man who screamed.
And you
Orsio
are?
Carowin. you recognise him as Orsio, Karen. Remember, there was two, weren't there? There was the
Yes.
brother and the sister, and they found the sister. They found the sister. She was dressed as the queen zombie that you killed on the upper floor. But now you realise you never actually found his body. So basically,
Yeah.
he obviously he obviously locked himself in here.
Must be a bit
good master,
ripe in there.
good Master Corwin. Oh dear. You didn't even have a bucket, did you? Well, terribly sorry. Your sister and all of your guests are dead. All the food's gone off, and your house is full of the plague.
The wine's still good.
I suggest you come with us.
Upon realising you aren't here to help him, he starts babbling, which a lot of it's babble, but basically picking through the babble and getting the pertinent pieces of information. You already know it all anyway, but obviously the idea is if you came down here while searching the place, fighting zombies.
Yeah.
Well, we were greeting the Westerkiers when the elven acrobat we hired as an entertainer went crazy. I saw her open fire on one of my guests with a crossbow, laughing all the while she did it in a most frightful, shrill way.
Indeed, she does have a voice only a serial killer could love.
I couldn't resist one last time. I've been locked in here for days, and every time I got up the courage to sneak out, I heard that horrible laughter from above. Is she dead? Is it safe?
No, and no, in order. But oh,
I quite like the way it kept doing that there. So teach you lot to playing those.
in all honesty, you're probably better off leaving your house.
Oh, not I said brother and sister. Of course, I meant husband.
Husband and wife.
Yeah.
To be
He
perfectly
does
honest,
inquire after his wife and does lose composure after. I'm sure you tell him.
to be perfectly honest, it would save an awful lot of hassle dragging all of the corpses out into the garden if we could just burn your house to the ground. I'm sure you don't have. I'm sure it would have far too many unhappy memories for you now.
I think, to be honest, that's probably the way to go, isn't it?
Maybe we should let him get his personal possessions.
Yes, but those paint thinners and oil paints, leave them. They'll burn very well.
Okay.
Ow, that was cruel.
This prepare for. I know you just played that card, but basically you did put forward a plan to attempt to regime Justinia. So here we go again.
Ouch.
So who's got the most conviction now? I've got 9 and I've been spending it way more than anyone else. So what's
I've
the
got
high one?
16 points of conviction.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, Warka's got 12, but I know I've spent several, so.
I've never known a game like this.
I have a mere 14.
It is quite. It's quite
I
scary.
haven't used it yet because I'm hardwired to save conviction.
This
16
game's changing
points.
the way I feel about it.
Okay. Arrowin Manor.
So
Okay.
So yeah, we need to get her to the Church of Shalin,
Oh,
and then we need to talk. We need to talk to Cressida Croft, because if the Queen's physicians were involved in this, this tells us that, well, we suspected the Queen was up to something. If the Queen's physicians are supporting serial killers, dragging off specific people for experimentation on, but leaving behind a house full of plague victims to be risen from the dead, I think we need to go and investigate this hospital that they set up. I can't remember where it was, but they did set up a hospital somewhere.
They did.
We need to go and investigate that hospital, because
What is rather interesting there is, but although you save one life in the manor by getting obviously the husband out, yeah. Apparently, you save 500 lives by stopping Justelina.
Well, eventually
Because-
those zombies were probably going to get out, and the zombies infected with the plague
Yeah.
would infect
Yeah,
more people.
although doing so doesn't directly spread more plague, destroying the zombies in the manor and preventing Jostelina Sapiro from releasing her undead creations into the street when she grows bored, or worse, moving on to other noble manors, saves the lives of 500 citizens.
We'll check the outbuilding before we go, just to make sure.
That's the servants' house, I think. That's where the servants live.
And I don't know if it makes any difference, but Sassafras was the chosen one in this adventure. She wasn't here last week.
I did point that out, actually, but I forgot to mention it at the start, but that's okay.
We should probably let the sister know that her brother has been dragged off by the Queen's physicians to the gods know where.
At least that means he's alive.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so now you've got to bear in mind, if you're going to investigate the Queen's physicians, they were appointed publicly by the Queen. And
Yeah,
and they
that
are
Queen
under
is
the
just so trustworthy.
they are under the guidance of Dr. Davos, and they are supposedly combating the sickness. However, the blood veil does continue to ravage Corvosa, so obviously they're not very good at their job.
No, the whole Queen, that business with it, we had to rescue a prisoner and take her out of the city. That's just a fit-up job. I mean,
Yeah,
that
this Queen
screams fit-up job.
is in need of forced
The
abdication, I
location
think.
is known as the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden. Both Dishani and Cresta Croft know where it is. Okay. They suggest starting there, otherwise finding the building requires a common knowledge or check. But obviously, you're going to report it to the Cressida. She'll tell you exactly where it is, so that's okay. Conversely, the other option is, actually, I quite like that. Conversely, you can trail some Queen's physicians using stealth checks, and eventually they'll lead you back there. But anyway, the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden will be where you head next.
Can we, before we go, ask the Field Marshal if we can arrange to be arrested if we need to exit stage right pursued by a Grey Maiden? As in, will she be willing to hide us if we find evidence that there is definitely something going on? I'm leaning into the whole.
I think the problem you'll find there is jurisdiction, as it were, to use modern parlance. I think you'll find the Grey Maidens can supersede her, if you remember. So even if she arrested you, they can just demand you're handed over.
Yes, I know, but there would be a period of time during which we could then be lost and escape elsewhere because we're cunning adventurers and such. Like, I was going to lean into the fact that the Corvosan Guard's job is to protect Corvosa, and if the Queen and the Queen's physicians are actually harming Corvosa, it would be Cressida Croft and the Guard's job to stand against them.
Are you actually going to mention to Cressida Croft you believe the Queen is involved, or are you just saying the physicians she's hired are possibly not what the Queen thinks? I'm just because there's a subtle difference between the second one and the treason of the first one.
It
could always be an implication rather than a direct reason.
Looks like I don't manage to silver tongue it, so I'm going to do the treason. I'm going to say that the Queen hired them. She brought in this guy who's a personal friend from her youth.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing when she brought these physicians here. This is something that there's a conspiracy in the halls of power of Corvosa, and it has always been the Corvosan Guard's job to protect Corvosa and its people. That's where I'm going to go with that.
Yeah,
okay. I think, obviously, because of all the stuff you've done in the past, Cressida will probably give you the benefit of the doubt that although it looks suspicious, she won't. At this point in time, she will hold to the fact that what you were actually implying there was the Queen was unaware that her childhood friend may have plans separate to the best will of the Queen and Corvosa. You get the distinct impression that she is saying that through clenched teeth. So you get the distinct impression she's probably making sure you realise what you did almost say there, Gastus, and therefore what she would possibly have had to have done, if you know what I mean, because there are guards outside and stuff like that. But at the same time, doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't believe you. It's very much a case of, I think you'll find you're possibly mistaken in that statement, and therefore I believe. Well, you're quite correct in that the Queen did her a friend from her childhood or whatever however you spaced it. It could. I think we must hold true to the fact that the Queen is obviously duped by her friend, but duped by the trust she had in her friend, and that her friend has obviously taken advantage of that. I'm sure you're not implying any way, shape, or form in this large and public place that the Queen is behind any of the chaos that has befallen Corvosa, are you, Gastus?
Of course not, Field Marshal. I would. It would be wrong of me in such a public place to suggest that the person that removed virtually all law enforcement powers from the Corvosan Guard from them and put in place a faceless band that always wear full face masks so that nobody can tell what's behind them as the final arbiters of law in the city in their place instead would possibly have anything to hide.
Yeah. Don't forget, actually, it's all the Grey Maidens. The Grey Maidens, people, it is people will know people who've joined the Grey Maidens, and it's always the most talented and beautiful female fighters in the city.
Mm.
But anyway, okay. So I'm judging by this. It's it's down near. I'm going to assume it's down near Westdock Hospital. South Shore, Grey, East Shore, the Heights, Citadel Quest, Overlook. I'll find it. It's Westdock. Most second. Okay, so it's down on the West Dock, the Hospice of the Blessed Maid. Oh, there's West Dock. So West Dock.
So we're not very far. We're not that far from it, then, are we?
G9, because I've got some missing pins.
Because we'd be at the Citadel, which is, according to this map, G10.
Yeah. I think it's not on the map, which is a good thing. For a change.
No, well, you just said G9. I can see G9 on the map of Corvosa. It's there.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm wondering if it was G9, because that's the point I was making. Corvosa locations. Right. G9 is Hospital of the Blessed Maiden. There we go. I need to fix these missing pins. So it's right there.
It's on a pretty main street, then.
Arconda Imports warehouses on the West Dock, apparently. Was it, before it became the Hospital of the Blessed Maiden.
Wasn't that Zilara's house?
Not a warehouse, I'm sure.
No, that. So it's one street over from where all of this began.
Indeed, yes. I see what you mean. Yeah, Zilara's house. I misheard you. Okay. So, Hospice of the Blessed Maiden. As you say, it's first floor's ground floor, isn't it?
Perhaps we should wait until nightfall The Queen's
Right,
physicians seem to
Depends if you. I mean, you could stake the place out if you wanted to, of course.
Well, yeah, it's actually on a fairly main street. We should stake the place out and then go in under cover of darkness. You lot can all see.
Base yourself in Solara's house.
We could. We have a place nearby we can sit and watch from.
Okay. So that's going to be on. Actually, I don't think I've got. I'll have to work. I haven't worked out the cycle of the moon yet, so. So it's on the Sunday, the 18th of Erastus. You set up. You start staking the place out. As the day goes on, patients are admitted to the building, and physicians come and go. How long do you want to stake the place out for?
I think it was for the whole day, wasn't it?
Is it just one day? That's what I'm asking you. Do you want to spend?
He said at least a day, if not a couple of days, but you can't hear him for some reason.
Okay, I can't hear him. Okay, so I'm going to say after watching the place for 2 days, you can't help but notice that despite the number of patients admitted to the building, very few come back out either dead or alive, raising the disturbing question of what might be happening to the bodies inside.
Thaddeus,
Mate.
any undead in there?
Oh, don't.
Yep. I was about to say, if I go within 120 feet of the place, in disguise.
Yeah.
It's on a main street. You can just walk past and detect.
I know, but I don't want them to know that we're coming, and we might have a reputation, might be spreading all these conviction points. So I've got a disguise kit, stick a disguise on, and go bouncing up the street, like some blind beggar, and see if there's a disturbance in the force. Does the blood call? Do I feel the fetching whisper of the underdark in my soul?
No, you don't.
Will I ever find my lost love? I don't know.
No one did. No undead. So the main entrance to the hospice is a wooden door. Around the back, several larger doors that probably once provided access to the building's loading bays, but they've been boarded up.
Do we have a map?
Yeah.
Well, we might have, but I don't.
As I said, not yet.
Totally sounded like yep.
I said not yet.
Well, you cut off the knot, and the other part was indistinct.
Fair enough. Let me do that. You'll get stuck off the. Don't do that. Or a Vork. Okay. You got the calculations? Because I did fancy keeping them. I haven't worked out the calculations yet for moon cycles, so I can plug them in.
app.fantasy-calendar.com.
Okay, I'll work it out from that.
You can have 2 free calendars.
Yeah.
And I'm using mine. I'm using it to run Rise of the Rune Lords, and one of them that is automatically set up is the calendar of Galarian.
Which is good. I just need to work out how to program it into Fantasy Grounds because it's doable. I just need to work it out. I think it's probably the same as Earth.
The 18th of Erastus is the new moon.
Okay. That makes my life easy.
No, sorry, no, it's not. I'm in the wrong year. Go back a year. It's the full moon. It is the night of the full moon.
Okay, it's the night of the full moon then. So if I share this map, so what I'm hoping you see is the front entrance door is there, and the boarded up doors are up there.
They're around the back, are they?
The boarded up doors around the back. I'm assuming you spent 2 days being efficient.
Yeah. What's the roof like?
There isn't any way in on the roof. The only entrance is the front door and the back door. So it's adventure.
How solid are the tiles? Or are
They're
they
steady. The front door and the back door.
right? They're indestructible adamantine tiles. Okay.
Yeah, basically. Hang on, let me check. Yeah, no, basically there are no descriptions on the rest of the building, and I'm going to be mean. I haven't read the adventure yet, so I did. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can.
So front door or back door?
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that and that. That. There we go. I'll unlock tokens if anyone wants to sort of whiz themselves around a bit.
How well watched is the back?
It's completely boarded. They're completely boarded up. The back doors.
Oh yeah, I know. But do people patrol there regularly?
No.
Right. So using a narrow saw, could I saw a hole in them carefully over time?
Entering the building through these reinforced doors requires them to be smashed down.
So what about the back door?
That was the back doors.
So it's not possible to. Are they boarded from the outside or boarded from the inside?
It doesn't say, but I imagine based on that, they're boarded on the inside, doesn't it?
Okay.
Oh God, this is going to be bad, isn't it?
So the question is, are you going in during the day when the front door is open and you see physicians and patients entering the place, or are you going in at night where basically no one goes in?
No. What we're going to do is this. During the day, as I stumble past trying to detect dead, I will look inside the doors and familiarize mind with the layout of the hall. And then we come back at night and I teleport through the door and take the bar off it.
Oh, that's clever.
Okay, so the singing of alcohol and scent of medicine floods this dingy reception room, an odour of typical hospices and morgues. Across the entrance sits along the wooden desk, beyond which stands a leather curtain cover, archway muffling the moans issuing from the rooms beyond. So the reception room, basically as you go in, 6 poor citizens are huddled in chairs and against the walls here. When you wander by, Thaddeus. A burly nurse, it sits at the desk. Yeah.
But there's nothing on the other side of the door, is there?
I just read you. I just showed you what was on the other side of the door.
Yes. So I reckon I can come back here at night and I'll just teleport through that door and take it. I mean, if it's locked with a bar, then I can take the bar off from the inside. I'll let everybody in.
And if not, you could teleport me in and I could pick it from the inside and then open it from the inside, which won't look suspicious.
Aye.
Unless, of course, you teleport in and there's somebody standing there ready to pounce on you. But if we're going like around about midnight, that's unlikely.
Oh, that's really interesting. You know what? It doesn't tell.
I would suggest that we all go in with moistened masks over our faces, not because we necessarily want to cover our faces, but to stop us breathing in any of the blood veil that the place is likely to be full of.
I'm all for that idea.
And we should probably all wear gloves as well to avoid touching too much. I know this might be a problem for you, Leia.
You do know, really, because of who you are, you probably could just make a social visit during the day, you know. You have met the doctor before.
Yes, we probably could, but we're going to, if we were doing that, we'd end up asking awkward questions that they obfuscate anyway. I think the time for trying to be nice to these people has passed since we know they're working with a known serial killer.
Pennies for all, apparently.
You sound thrilled.
Now, I can't see any logical reason. You know, it's quite unusual because given normally Paizo is very good in saying, especially through the rest of the adventure, during the day this, during the night this. I'm sure there is no logical reason for the nurse to be there at night, but it doesn't say anything of the sort. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe she's really dedicated. Maybe she's really dedicated to her job. Who knows?
Obviously, we're going to listen at the door and try to peek through the keyhole if there is one.
Flex your GM muscles and wing it, Kev.
I think we'll. Surely you want to meet the. I mean, that's the nurse, for crying out loud.
Okay. Well, looks like I might get a decent duel out of the nurse, but that's beside the point.
No worries. There's no windows or anything. Warehouse. It was obviously built for security. So at night, you can't.
It's run on Linux.
The point I'm trying to make is there's no windows to peek through, Thaddeus. And listening at the door, you'll have to make a notice check.
Oh, I don't know. Gases is the guys, you know, for thingy.
Yeah, nothing. The door.
Right, let's the pair of us just bump into the room.
And then and then if there is anything in there, you and your duck deal with it while I open the door and let everybody else in.
I'll just tell her to go to sleep.
Sleep.
You know, I'm just positioning everyone nicely near the door. Okay, so Thaddeus, you are going to teleport inside the entry area.
Taking gases with me. Unless anybody else wants to come as well. But it's literally, I'm hoping that it's going to be a quick pop and then he's going to get the door bar off the door. It's going to be relatively easy.
Yeah, if it's a bar, easy. If it's I need to pick the lock, well, I'll pick the lock. But
Okay, I was away from. I got a call I couldn't pass up. I didn't miss anything, right? I don't think so. If you haven't even picked the lock yet.
Right. So what we're doing? We're rolling teleport. We'll wait for the GM to load, I think.
I'm waiting for you to roll the dice.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
I'm checking if I have sound because when I get phone calls, it disrupts.
Yeah, you got sound.
Okay. Bamf. Oh, easy peasy. My recon makes.
Oh, right, blimey, yeah.
So who's in the room?
No one.
Right, is it a bar or a lock?
It's a lock.
Did they leave a key hanging on a convenient peg next to the door?
No.
Oh, yes, they did. Everybody in, quickly.
The stinging scent of alcohol and medicine. Old and typical of hospices and morgues. Across the entrance, it's a covers an archway, muffling the moans issuing from the room.
Can me and Leah go first?
Are you pulling the curtain aside, Thaddeus?
Can I just peep through the curtain just a wee bit? I don't have any light source on me.
You don't need to.
I know, but neither does Leah either. That's what I'm saying. We don't have to put a light on. It's just filled with beds.
The
that's all I
warehouse's vast interior has been converted into one gigantic convalescent ward. The stench of alcohol, sickness, and waste chokes the. Sorry, I was changing something there. I've lost my spot. The stench chokes the breath, and a tight rows of low-stained cots cram the stone-floored wall. Every bed is filled. Every bed is filled with a pitiful story. Men and women of all walks groaning and wheezing as they're consumed by blood veil. Their sufferings multiplied by the echoing chamber. More than 60 cots fill this area, each holding a helpless citizen. Most appear to be too weak to even rise from their stinking sick beds.
There's going to be little we can do to help them.
God, don't I just wish I picked immunity to all disease?
Mm.
That's a ratio ability. Well, we might as well go in if there's nobody there.
I think we need to find a record.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I can see.
Room.
But like that order, there's people wandering about. Oh, look, they've got these kind of weird hoods. Take it that's
Physicians.
Yeah, the birdmen. They've got plague masks.
Oh, and a grey maiden as well, marvellous. How well lit is it in there?
Oh, it's lit.
Okay.
Okay, I'm stuck. Right, here's the thing. I'm stuck. Forka, help! Do we? I mean, so if this goes in and it kicks off, and innocents and they're dying in their sick bed, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
That would be a very bad thing.
Have a stealth roll, please, Thaddeus.
Oh.
That's
A
on there.
stealth roll.
This
Hey,
is
stealth
just
roll, please.
This is a single-story building, isn't it?
No,
It's
well,
not.
there's not. No, basically, when Thaddeus looked through, he could see catwalks.
Right, so there's like
I think
mezzanine level.
I'll
There's
Benny the stealth roll for good. Who knows? I don't know. I've got a whole.
You're probably fine with that with a 5 because they're unlikely to be active guards at this time of night. They'll be passive guards, and if you succeed in the stealth roll, you should be fine. It's only if they're active guards you be making an opposed roll.
It's not that. It's the morality issue.
They are active guards, by the way.
That's the morality problem I've got. Wait, I mean, I just want to. I could go in. I mean, the instinct is just to go in and raise bloody hell, right? Rip out the throats of anybody who gets them away. But that might not be squared with Vorka.
No, Vorka's charged in. Gastus was
Well,
desperately
Vorka
wanting
is
to, but-
sneaking in. Vorka is
Okay.
sneaking in.
Have with your stealth roll, Vorka.
I mean, these plague doctors might be on our side. We just don't.
Oh
know.
no!
Oh no! Oh dear!
I was about to ask Thaddeus if he could see anybody on the catwalks, and if not, if he could teleport me up there. But a bit late for that.
You just tripped over a bedpan, didn't you?
Probably, yeah. I thought it was something to drink.
Oh.
Basically, one of a female voice shouts, "Alarm!"
Oh well, that went hostile really quickly, did it not?
Mm.
I don't understand. What happened to the? Who the hell are you and what are you doing here? I was going to go City Watch.
Oh no, they've just turned suspicious. Okay.
You still got time to talk them down, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've only marked them hostile because they're now, you know what I mean. That doesn't mean they're not attacking. And as at that point, this physician in his plague mask walks towards you all while you're, you know what I mean, while you're standing there. I'm going on the assumption you're not barreling in just because you're going to wait and see what happens, or probably because Vorka's tripped up. And Vorka tripped over the curtain and is sprawled on the floor, obviously. And obviously, while he's picking himself up, this doctor, sorry, the physician comes across and loudly informs them you should return in the morning if you're in need of treatment.
But my friend is really sick, and I don't think I can wait, and I know I can't move him. I really need you to. Is there any way you can come and help him now?
The doors were locked. There's no way for you to have got in outside the hours of consultation. Come back in the morning.
Well, I know the door was locked. I unlocked it because I'm desperate. My friend really needs help.
In which case, you can return to the waiting room and we will see you as soon as possible. At the moment, most of the beds are full.
But I don't think he'll last until morning. I need you to come and see him right now.
Return to the waiting room area. We will call you when you can come in. Doctor says. What's everyone else doing?
No respect for goblins.
What's everyone else up to?
Thaddeus, Master Thaddeus, did you see anybody on that catwalk you described?
He didn't.
You say he didn't.
He didn't from where as he stuck his head around the curtain, he wouldn't have seen anyone.
No, I was just looking up whether persuasion is smart space. It's not. It's
spirit based. Would you be able to move us up there?
Let's have a look at this. Hang on. That's the green bed. So if I was trying to be...
Well, here's the thing, right? I've seen the catwalk, haven't I?
You don't need to see anything. That's the scary thing about it.
No, but you do need to know it's there. You know, you wouldn't just.
You need to know it's. You need to know it's there. I will give you the fact you need to know it's there. Okay.
So what I could always do is, this is going to get.
It should. It's not exactly square, but you get the idea. There you go.
So that's what the catwalk is.
So why does
obviously? Sorry. Basically,
I could teleport that.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that is the open area. The catwalk he saw was over there.
Right. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is, if you could teleport us, I point to everybody else, up onto the catwalk. If you'll forgive me saying, Master Thaddeus, you are the most sickly looking of us here.
It's a skin condition. So another thing is, why doesn't everybody just turn invisible?
Oh shit! Talking of which, I forgot something, didn't I?
I don't know.
Maybe you forgot something.
What did you forget?
Well, I'm sure you searched just a linear, didn't you? Did you not search just a linear and take all their gear off her?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we would, well, probably would have done, yeah.
Aye.
And we don't have any potions of invisibility from her because she'd used them.
She did, so I just need to find them and get rid of them. There we go. So actually, yeah. So I forgot about that. So there's the sheep file crossbow quite a few times. Let's take that down to there. So there you go. I put it in the inventory. Sorry about that. Which is one of the things you might want back.
I've got some master thieves tools back. Right, I can use them instead of the normal ones.
By the way, opening the party sheet, you get a console.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of the brief. It's the button, isn't it? Annoyingly,
What button?
Benny's button. Even though the players don't see it, I think it still exists. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, you
What's
need to post that-
Pesh?
post
A
that
drug.
A drug.
It's a drug.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Stimulant.
Take time to. Can we take a time out to did we take the time to identify these magical stuffs?
Yeah, I just rolled potion, wand, and wand. So
It's okay. I'm just finishing up. Finishing up the.
drawing squares.
Just finishing up the catwalks.
Mhm.
Areas. Right. Okay. So you did. You identified a
Walker identified the
potion
and the wand and the wand.
and the
I
wand
tried- I-
and the wand. Okay. Did anyone
I tried-
manage leather armor?
I tried to identify the unidentified item that's so unidentified we can't even tell what it is.
Where's that?
Right at the bottom, underneath the wand of boost trait fighting at the moment.
I think that's the leather armor you were just talking about.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay, here's a
Oh
weird.
dear, that's
weird
terrible,
one.
isn't it? Let me try that. Hang on.
That
That,
says magical armor now.
Yeah. Okay. That's a bug.
Which Walker has identified.
It is studded. It's a studded leather Aegis studded leather vest that is also glamoured. So it's a glamoured Aegis studded leather vest.
Oh, if nobody else wants that, Gas just totally wants that because then it can look like anything. Then it can just look like a shirt, and that would be great. But if somebody else wants it, I'm perfectly willing to let them have it because
You can't wear it anyway. It's leather. It's studded. It's the armor. Kind of shield. That's it.
in which case I'll put the ordinary studded leather vest back,
Which is magical leather armor. Yeah. And take the
which is
glamoured
magical leather armor, and take the glamoured one instead.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason I've actually got 2 suits of studded leather Aegis. I must have picked up one at another time. So there you go. There's 2 suits of studded leather. If anybody wants
Oh, can I have the wand? Can I have the wand? Can I have the wand?
Can I?
Just take it. I can't. Well, actually, let's see if the allocation works. Hang on a second.
Wait a
It
minute,
did-
which wand are we talking about?
It didn't
I think-
last week, did it?
Sorry, I think I've just messed this up. So I've taken the wand of animated dead because I thought it was so me.
Ah, they
Um,
fixed it.
I'd like to grab the smoke bombs and the alchemist's fire if nobody else wants them.
If is that the wand you want? Is it the wand of animated dead?
No, I don't want the wand of animated dead. I already got a wand of like ghoul touch.
Yeah, so
I'll
it's
sell the
wand
rest
of-
if no one wants it.
hang on, let me think about it.
Vorka will take the sealing wax. He likes
And-
drawing crayons.
And because I'm not really
Have you
trained
tried
in
drawing with sealing wax?
I'd take
No,
the ma-
Forker's taking them as a snack.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
take the
gonna-
master
he's gonna
work
eat
back.
that.
Masterwork dagger for
He's
sass.
seriously,
There we go.
Walker, do you eat anything?
If no one wants anything else, I'll just sell the rest.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1. Selling now.
That masterwork can crossbow. How about that?
Take it. There we go. Right. Again. Going once. Going twice. Sold.
Right.
Right,
So here's
anyway, sorry.
here's my mad plan. Right.
Yeah. Sorry about
This is going to take a bit of an imagination on the part of the GM.
that.
As we walk outside, we go, "Oh, terribly sorry for the inconvenience." We walk outside, shut the door behind us. Right.
Yeah.
Then I cast teleport the whole party to the catwalk through the plane of shadows, and when we arrive, we're invisible.
That's awesome. If you can do that, awesome.
You got the
What were you
power
gonna
points
say?
to do that. I'll be impressed.
And I'll
You've got
shake my
20.
little tush on the catwalk. He's got bennies.
Yeah.
And,
On the catwalk?
and you're going to, but the real
On the
question,
catwalk. I'll shake my
you-
little tush on the catwalk.
because you're going to ask how can I do all that? Is because
Well,
I'm going
obviously,
to
well,
I'm
you
going
just
to
described 2
multi-action.
powers.
I'm going
I'm
to
too sexy for this
multi-action.
catwalk. For this armor, too sexy for this armor. I'll make it look like a shirt.
The point I'm trying to make is you don't even need to multi-action. You cast invisibility on yourself and the whole party, and then the next round, but then you could rate to cast it again.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast invisibility with arcane power spike, please, because I don't have it.
Okay, so make a spellcasting roll.
Slayer's a shadow dancer. She should totally be able to use performance to support that. Apart from the fact you've already got many raises.
Aced.
Okay, so it costs 5 power points to cast invisibility. Okay, 5 power points to cast it, then 8 for Vorka, 11 Sassafras, 14 for Leia, 17 power points to cast it invisibility on the whole party.
I have 17 power points.
I know. I know.
Right.
But that's all it's going to cost you, the full 17 power points to cast invisibility.
Right.
Then bennies to regain power
Then-
points.
Then
So-
Benny's to regain power points.
So hang on a sec. So then, but that means all of your pets can't come with you. They won't be invisible. Record.
That's reasonable. I could accept that.
Yeah, but they can fly in fairly quickly. I mean, if we need
Oh,
them.
yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is you'll be invisible, your friends won't be.
Well,
that was
the pets, by the way, are all very small dragonettes who could hide under the desk when we leave.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying they won't be invisible.
Yeah, they won't be invisible. Yeah.
He doesn't have the power points to make the drag.
Okay, we got it.
What the
We've got
hell?
it right now. I've got
Why
it.
the
Now I've got
hell?
it.
What the? Oh, okay. That's probably why.
No, I've
Target
got
friendly
to,
use. Hold up. I'm still trying to sort this out. Target friendly units. Thank you. And I get rid of
You've got the shortest
Thaddeus.
one, have you?
Get rid of that one. I get rid of that one. That one. And then I go back to powers tab, which is gone. Here we go. And I'm going to do visible. Oh, bollocks. Wrong invisible. You have to change all those -4s to -6 because he got the raise, didn't he? He cast creative invisible. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, -6 with a raise, he did. Silly me. Okay, so, sorry, this will take me a while to sort out. Snake 6. 6.
That would be a
6.
really good time if somebody's got common bond. It'd be really
6.
useful right now.
Have you lost that?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Okay, right. So everyone's on 6, and now what I need to do is, okay, so that's absolutely fine. Use the arcane spike. Basically, I'm going to say the arcane spike's easy to explain. Pathfinder, using the scroll of invisibility you've kept upon your person all this time but never mentioned to anyone, you make the entire party invisible.
I simply the duck simply. When I
Oh,
teleport
yeah,
them,
point out.
the
Yeah,
duck
oh, sorry.
diverts us through the plane of shadows. It's a fucking demon, right?
Of course it is. I forgot about the
It's
duck.
an evil. Well, it's not.
Okay.
That's evil. It's an.
Right.
It's an outsider on the neutrality.
That's fine. So now you can now cast teleport. Go.
Right.
I will hold really still so as to not distract him and support him by doing so.
Very dodgy, but
Well,
okay.
rather I did a cult, it doesn't work, but you know.
Basically, Basically, we don't have common bonds. So if I screw this dice roll up,
Okay.
it's all over.
Well, you're
isn't it?
invisible anyway now. So 2 power points for teleport. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power points for teleport. Okay, so whereabouts? Given that I've now drawn the layout, hang on. Let me borrow Thaddeus. Where's Thaddeus? Thaddeus, if I put you there, you could see the layout of the catwalk. So obviously, where are you teleporting everyone to? Just draw an arrow to which part of the catwalk you want everyone to teleport to.
I think probably slap bang in the middle is the easiest way of doing it.
Well, I've put you in the open area, so you're in the open area. So that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you want to go there? Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Because we need to. I don't think it's in this. I think we need to get into that. If there's an upstairs office somewhere.
So there's a door there. Whether that's
Oh right, I
downstairs.
see. I see. We're over here.
Oh, and look, there's people on the catwalk. Right.
Well, I haven't thought.
Just as well we're invisible, really, isn't it?
It's rather.
It is rather.
Hey, you're up on the catwalks. A track of sturdy-looking catwalks soar over the warehouse floor below the evenly placed and well-trod platforms supported from above by iron poles.
Do you know what? I think we're going to have a word with the duck to find out what's going on, because this is, what bargain exactly have I made? With whom?
Are these grey maidens that are up on the catwalk moving around?
No, they're pretty much staying stationary,
Right.
watching.
Because I have a feeling we need to get through that door there. Okay, let's do something stupid. Gastus flips himself over the edge of the catwalk. Because that looks like a grid, yeah? So I'm going to go hand over hand underneath it. If I may. Because we can also see a door. We saw there was a door at that point there on the lower level as well. So if I can get underneath and then go hand over hand along there and along there to that door.
Reasonable. Make a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm again. But I reread the location. They are meant to be guarding the doors.
Because this also gets me out of the way of anybody else, because we can't see each other, or at least Leia can smell where everybody is. Everybody else can use Detect Arcana. I'm the only one that has no way of seeing where they all are, so I'm getting the hell out of the way.
Are you happy with a 5?
Well, since I'm invisible, yes.
Well, it's about noise. I'm talking about. It's going to be because you said you were clambering on. You know what I mean? And if it's metal, so it may well be noisy.
It might, but there's also other people standing up here. So if there's noise comes from the catwalk, it's very likely that they're going to assume it's just one of the other Grey Maidens moved, and they'll all assume that if the catwalk swings a bit and makes a rattling noise. So I'm happy with a 5.
It's a really annoying map. I have to transfer people from one map to another map because as you sort of dangle under the catwalk, you can see the floor below again.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
The doors are guarded.
The doors, they're guarded. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So the set of doors there on the ground floor are guarded. The door on the ground floor there is guarded, and obviously the floor on this catwalk is guarded.
It's a hell of a lot of security for people who can't even manage to get the strength to get out of bed.
Were there any other doors on the ground floor level?
There was another curtain.
There's another curtain up there. It had two guards either side of it. Yeah, it has 2 guards either side of the curtain.
And when we were in before, I could only see the one door in that corner down there, which I'm guessing is stairs that go up to the catwalk.
There is a curtain there, and there's double doors there. If you could just make them out by looking at the, you probably can't because the wall's there. But there is double doors there. There's a curtain there, and there is a curtain there.
Okay. All right. That being the case, how far down is it? It's irrelevant. I have a ring of feather falling on. I drop very gently and quietly down to the ground floor because I have a ring of feather fall on. Oh, and look, we've all got common bond.
I just gave Thaddeus a Benny in case he needs one.
Right, so... Okay, so the...
So yeah, I'm going to drop down, so I am now on the ground floor level.
Back to the users, let those bennies flow. So, okay, I'm trying to work out the layout of this place. What's the first floor is open to the public. First floor is obviously ground floor. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's fair. The GM gets a penny as well.
I'm going to have to get going and go to work. So to let you know, I've got lucky break and 4 bennies, and we've all got the ability to swap, so people can take those.
I think what I'm going to do is, because I need to work this one out, because this is a perfect example. It's got to be a looping staircase. Logically speaking, there is a floor. You might as well just drop down to there for now. There is a floor above you as well.
It's a floor above us as well. Okay.
Yeah. Now there's 2 floors above you because you dropped down. As Thaddeus feather falls to the bottom, I think I'm going to call it there. I need to work this one out.
Off cock-handed, but should we not wait to see what Vorka does? Because Vorka has occasionally snuck about and appeared different places. Like we can't really figure out how because he disappears in plain sight sometimes. I think as you feather fall, it's a good place to leave it. I want to give this given the fact this is a multi-layer map. I'm not resetting bennies. I already said that.
Okay, fine.
Only because you've just got some nice amount of bennies there, apart from Thaddeus and yourself. And you've played cards that I together for the end. You played the together for the end card, and I want you to be able to carry that over, if that makes sense. So,
thank you.
I am treating this as you've already started the encounter. So until this encounter ends, be it, you know what I mean? Until this encounter ends, none of us change our bennies or cards. Once you finish this encounter, then obviously we'll reset for the new session. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. I remember reading this before and thinking, right, there's a lot here. I need to sort it out, and I want to do it properly. And I was planning to do that earlier, and then I had my whole buggered up Fantasy Grounds, so I couldn't actually do anything, and wasted an hour panicking and trying to work out why Fantasy Grounds was broken, rebooting Windows, disabling, re-enabling network cards and everything else. And eventually worked out that actually what the problem was is I'd accidentally deleted the rule set without noticing. I deleted the whole folder. I'd just like to point out Lear's comment, just for cliffhanger purposes. That's an awful lot of grey maiden foot soldiers to guard people with what they're going to do is steal bedpans. Indeed. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? And that's the good place to leave it. So we shall leave it here until next time. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I don't think anything's happening till Tuesday, so I'll see you all then. And unfortunately, I'm not going to manage to run Cocaine Owlbear at FG this month because I've gone. The only Saturday I'm not available is the Saturday they've picked for it. So maybe in April, who knows? Anyway, take care, guys. See you next time.
No, have a good one.
Good night.